It's 111 degrees out here, man. It's hot as hell. Actually, let me cut. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Let's see. Today. So last time, or one of these days, I can't remember now. So I showed you the easiest girls to clap. And then I showed you the easiest baddies to clap. And a lot of y'all not really fully grasping how the world works. So I'm gonna have to break it down, because just because a chick is easier to get than other ones don't mean you gonna get her. It's just easier. That's what I mean when I say easy. I just means these groups of chicks are gonna be easier to cut than you just walking up to random girls you're attracted to and shooting your shot. So if you focus on certain girls, your success rate is gonna go up. Now, yeah, I kind of need I learned about this 80-20 rule, and so far, since I found out about it, it applies to pretty much everything, all the time. So, 80-20 rule, 80% of women on earth do not want to fuck you, my boy. They don't want you. It's like, ain't nothing you can do about it either. It's just, that's what it is. At all times, 80% of the women in the world don't want you. They got different reasons for not wanting you. Really doesn't matter what the reason is. Just know that when you go out into the field and you shoot and you're doing your thing, just know 80% of the time you gonna fail, unless you talking to these groups of women that are more likely to actually like your goofy ass. So let me give you some examples, because like, you trying to, I get it, a lot of y'all looking for tips on how to make life easier for you, and that's where being direct plays a lot into that, which a lot of y'all too scary to do. But even if you're being indirect, I can basically tell you right now, you're not gonna really change a chick's mind, which is what a lot of y'all are trying to do. And that's why you're failing so much with girls. Like, you out here talking to bitches that don't like you. They never liked you. And even if they did, you did something stupid which turned her off to the point where she already decided in her mind she never gonna give you no draws. So you can get that out your head, man. You fucked it up. And that's how a lot of y'all end up in the friend zone. Like, you might have had a chance years ago. You fucked that up. And now you no longer have that chance. And now you just wanted that, you fall in that 80% now. It's like, well, she falls in that 80% of women who don't want your goofy ass. But you still trying. You think that if you just watch a bunch of YouTube videos, Instagram, TikToks, all these influencers, some dating coaches and what, red pill, all that good stuff, you like, you know what, if I say the right thing, if I wear the right clothes, if I trim my beard a certain way, wear the right cologne, like, no. It's like, no. So you ain't changing nobody's mind, bro. Like, once it's made up, it's made up. Now, yes, there are exceptions to the rule. Every once in a while, a bitch will circle back and be like, you know what? I changed my mind. I think I do want to give you some pussy. Let that happen passively. Like, that's not a thing you can force. Like, you can't force a bitch to circle back. You damn sure shouldn't be circling back. Like, once you get rejected, you out of there. Like, just on to the next one, bro. Like, don't focus on chicks that already rejected you. That's a waste of time. So what you need to do is focus on those groups that I gave y'all in my last videos. And how do I say this? Essentially, put all your efforts into the 20% of women who actually would give you some pussy. That's who you want to focus on. Like, y'all fucking with the 80% that don't want you. They ain't gonna get you nowhere. And yes, you want to self-improve. Self-improvement does increase your odds to an extent. It more so just shifts the 80% to a different group of women. So it's always gonna be 80% of women on earth don't want you, no matter what. You can be rich, You can have a 6-pack. You can be 6'5". You can be super charismatic, the most handsome motherfucker in the room. It don't matter, bro. 80% of women in the world do not want you. Because I will say, once you get to a certain point, some chicks are legit intimidated by that. And they project that shit onto men a lot of the time. That's why they tell you guys, hey, what up, Chan, man? Chan them. But they project that shit onto y'all and tell you that you're insecure anytime you're around a strong, independent woman and knows what she blah, 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 all that, you know, same old bull. And we all know, fellas, like, we are not intimidated by success, and especially coming from women. If anything, you're intimidated by beauty. A lot of y'all just intimidated by the potential for rejection. That's the main thing. Like, you motherfuckers just scared to get rejected, which is nothing you can do about that. Like I said, you're gonna get rejected 80% of the time. Now, the goal is to speed up those rejections. The fact that a lot of y'all being super indirect, you know what I mean, you trying to ease your way into some draws, trying to finesse bitches out they pussy, like that don't work. And when it does work, it take way longer than it should. So what you need to do is, you see what you like, you go for it immediately. If she shoot you down, she shoot you down immediately. You move on to the next one. Now, like I said, you got a 20% chance of getting whatever you shooting at most of the time. Sometimes it's even lower than that, because a lot of y'all just, you shooting so far out of your league, they ain't got no chances of happening, bro. But just so know, and I'll move on. If you can handle hearing words, you probably, yeah, bro, exactly. Just say no. As soon as she say no, you on to the next one. And I will say, I've been in situations where chicks turn me down and they circle back, change their mind. Why? Because women don't actually know what the fuck they want. So when you are being direct and you shoot, like, immediately, as soon as you see something you like, you're not really giving her time to think of what she really want to say. So even if she is attracted to you and she do want to give you some pussy, you might startle the bitch and she end up just saying no out of reflex. So I've heard women tell stories about that, like where they accidentally rejected a guy and they would just hope that he would shoot his shot again. That's why you'll see a lot of videos of women be like, oh, men don't pursue like they used to on some like Pepe Le Pew like shit. And it's like, that's the reason they say that. It's because sometimes they're either playing hard to get, which is, it's annoying for me. I hate that shit, honestly. Like, I don't like chicks that's playing hard to get, because it's, I can read into it because I have the experience. But if you are not looking for the signs that she's playing hard to get, it's just gonna come off as, oh, that's a rejection. And for me, as soon as I get that rejection, I'm out. Like, I ain't talking to you no fucking more. Like, for what? Say, what am I talking to you for? Like, that's it. Now, granted, I'm not mad. You know what I mean? I'll be cordial if I see you again. I give you a little head nod. But other than that, bro, like, say, if you don't want me, cool. Let me know that immediately, and I'll move on and I'll leave you alone. Because as a man, I'm thinking in a linear fashion, logically. So someone say, hey, if I walk up to a chick and be like, yo, I'm trying to clap. She be like, nah, I'm good. Cool. All I heard was, I heard exactly what she said. Nah, I'm good. I mean, she don't want me. On to the next. I'm not gonna hear, nah, I need you to come stronger than that, and then maybe I give you some pussy. Or, nah, I need you to come back with a different outfit on, come back with some better shoes. I need you to come, like, I don't hear that. I'm not reading into that shit. Like, you either with it today or you're not. Now, granted, that's not me saying if I come out direct, I'm like, yo, I'm just trying to fuck. I don't need the pussy right now. Because at that point, that's, unless you on like some club and one night stand type shit, that's like the scenario where you would kind of need it like right now. Or if I'm on vacation, yeah, I need that shit like today. Like, I'm not, you know what I mean? I don't got weeks to text and call you on the phone, get to know each other and all that shit. I'm like, nah, bro, like I'm in town for tonight. I leave in the morning. So we're gonna do something, it gotta be right now. And that's my, like, even when I'm local, that's kind of my mind state. But I'll let a chick know, look, I ain't thirsty. You know what I'm saying? I want it. I don't need it. And I damn sure don't need it right now at this very moment. So I'm gonna give you time. Like, even if you give me a yes, I'm gonna give you time to think about that yes. Just so when it comes down to it, and we do the do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm up in there, then that consent is 100% there all the way around. Like, I brought it up, you consented. I gave you time to think about it, you still consenting. Now we in the midst of it, still consenting. Afterwards, no regrets, because it was all 100% consent, all the way up to that point. So, yeah. Now, anything you learn, like any techniques, any game, go ahead, try it out, because you get good with repetition. But just know that you're not necessarily trying to increase your chances with each individual girl. You're more so just getting more comfortable talking to girls, talking to women who already want you. Now, don't get me wrong, you do want to improve yourself over time, because that gives you access to a higher quality of women. But as you improve, you're actually cutting off other groups of women. Normally gonna be lower quality, so you ain't gonna really give a fuck that you cutting them off. But it's gonna be some chicks that see you like glow up, and they gonna like shy away, gonna be like, oh, okay, he probably think he too good to talk to me. And again, that's where projections come in. I've gotten that. Like, I've had like fat bitches, like back when I was in shape, fat bitches be like, either under their breath or like straight to my face, there's like, oh, you think you you look too good to talk to me, because you all in shape, 6-pack and blah blah blah. It's like, you probably ain't talking to no fat bitches. And I'm like, look, I was probably fucking more fat bitches when I was in shape than right now. But a lot of women would just straight up disqualify themselves just because they know you are out of their league. And women cannot handle rejection. So instead of handling rejection, even though you might not even be shooting your shot at them, they will lower their percentage of ever experiencing any type of rejection. So she'll try to talk herself into thinking she don't want a guy that's 6 feet tall, 6-pack, making 6 figures. She gonna trigger herself into thinking that shit, which is pretty easy for a lot of women, and which is just delusion. When you trick yourself into thinking some shit that you know ain't fucking true, that is delusion. But a lot of women have that superpower where they can delude themselves to the point where they're turning down men they actually want. But now she becomes part of that 80% of women that don't want you. And like I said, you can keep on improving. It don't really matter. You still gonna get rejected 80% of the time. And when I say rejection, about like you hit on a chick and she like super cold, flat out ignore you, or she hits you with I got, like cut you off, or you even finish your pickup line. She just hit you with I got a boyfriend. Like, I don't mean that. What I mean is the goal is sex. Let's be real. So when I say rejection, I mean no matter what she says or what she does, if she ain't giving you none, you have been rejected, my boy. That's why I say 80% of women do not want you. So a lot of y'all, you done been on dates, multiple dates, same chick, didn't get nothing out of it. Guess what? She didn't want you. Or she did, and you did something wrong that made her change her mind, or she wasn't 100% sure whether or not she wanted you. So she kind of just kept you around as like some just in case dick. That's essentially what you were to her. And you were the best that she could do at that point in time. Something happened to where she either just flat out changed her mind. One of her goofy ass friends talked her out of giving you some pussy. Honestly, a lot of times what it is it's gonna be her friends or family members, and they're gonna be like, oh, let me see a picture, and they're gonna hit her with the, oh, wait a minute, I think I know him. And for a lot of chicks, that's all it takes. for her to be like, oh, if you know him, that means what you telling me is like either he tried to hit on you or you fucked him and I don't want him anymore if you fucked him, which is, I don't know, some weird girl shit. But a lot of chicks think like that and act that way. So if you ever thought you and a chick was vibing and then it turned into absolutely nothing, she just went ghost or cold out of nowhere, a lot of the times that's what that was. And then, yes, there's always a potential for like her ex came back in the picture. Yeah, that's up there. That's up there too. She ain't gonna tell you that. I've had a couple chicks tell me that. Be like, oh, my baby daddy, he back in the picture. We gonna try to work it out, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, ain't gonna be no argument. I'm not gonna try to like win you back. I'm not competing with that dude for you, like, cause women do all this competition shit in their head. And then they try to make it come into fruition. So like, that's part of that whole chase that they complain that doesn't exist anymore. Like, oh, men used to chase, men used to pursue, men used to be way more persuasive back in the days. And a lot of young chicks be saying this, like they fucking was alive back in the days and was dating. They don't know. And then yeah, so you just gotta work with what you have. And what you have is 20% of women that you actually have a chance with. So you can't get butt hurt anytime you get rejected. You just gotta keep on moving, bro. Just circle through them, circle through them, circle through them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gave you what groups of chicks to talk to, which, like I said, it doesn't necessarily increase your chances. Like, you still gonna get rejected 80% of the time, but the rejections are gonna get nicer and nicer. And the more experience you have, the easier it is for those rejections just to bounce off you and you just keep rolling. Like, you don't even feel them anymore. After a while, they don't even feel like rejections. Like, it's more so of like you at Costco, right? And you see like the people with the carts giving out free samples and they be like, hey, you want a free sample? And you just like, nah, I'm good. Like, they don't feel rejected by that shit. Like, that happens 100, maybe 1,000 times a day while they at work. That's how it's gonna be for you. Like, you gonna just cycle through women so fast that it feels like you're more successful with them than you used to be. But what it really is your numbers went up. And then you also started recognizing the women who actually want you. So you're focusing all your time on them. So instead of talking to a bunch of chicks that you had a 0% chance of fucking with in the first place. So that's what it is. 80-20 rule. Keep that in your head, bro. 80% of women you talk to don't want you. Don't want you. Matter of fact, even if you her type, which a lot of women don't actually know what the fuck they type is, because they'll just change it on the whim once they realize they type don't like them as much as they want them to. It's still gonna be 80-20, my boy, because like I said, anything but clapping some butt cheeks is a rejection. So getting her number don't mean shit. Getting her social media, like her IG, don't mean shit. Getting her to go out on a date with you don't mean shit. That first kiss don't mean shit. Like, bro, like, if you ain't fucking, you got rejected, my boy. That plain and simple. Plain and simple. Now, granted, like I said, like, if you focusing on the girls I told you to focus on, it just makes the rejections a lot easier to deal with, because you could trick yourself into thinking you had a chance. You just got to tweak your game a little bit, or change this, change that, make minor improvements, or you can be like, oh, well, the timing was just off, or blah, 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 something like that. But whatever keep you in the game, keep with that. Stick with that. Whatever keeps you in the game, it keeps you playing. That's what you need to stick with. But it's hot as hell. I'm about to head to the library. I'm gonna talk to y'all tomorrow. Yeah.